Welcome to today's episode of The Two Point Turn, a podcast talking about food, entertainment, and sports. Today we are going to be ranking all of the major mainstream cuisines that are available in America, but come from the rest of the world. Chinese, Indian, French, Italian, Thai, everything. We're going to be ranking all of them. We have nine on our list so far. Those nine are actually Italian, American, Mexican, Japanese, Chinese, Indian, Thai, and French. I think I got all of them. We're going to be ranking all of them, starting from our least favorite, going to our favorite. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so at my number nine spot, I had to put French. There's nothing really in the French cuisine that excites me that much. They have some very good desserts, crepes, madeleines, but as for the normal food, there's just nothing that I really like that much. It's just not for me. I'm sure they have good food for people who like it, but it's just not for me.
I'm gonna have to agree. Uh, French is my number nine as well because honestly, a lot of kind of bizarre stuff. I don't always agree with I just don't like it that much, honestly. But it's a major one, and it's my least favorite major one.
Okay, all right, all right. We agree with that. And so we're going to be moving on to the eighth spot. For me, the eighth spot is um, Thai food. When we're at a Thai restaurant, the only thing I ever order is pad Thai because I kind of like it. But as for most curries and most other food and rice and stuff that you would normally get, I don't like it. Um, it's the taste isn't that good to me. It's slightly above French because there are some things that I do enjoy, but yeah, that's why it's going to be at number eight.
I don't really agree with that. My number eight's gonna be Japanese food. It's like honestly, uh, like there's one thing that comes to mind, and that's mainly like non-vegetarian, which I can't eat. So yeah, while there is like a vegetarian sushi option, that's really all that comes to mind. And just because I don't know, it's just my number nine, really my number eight.
Yeah, so I with so in terms of sushi, I have mixed feelings about sushi. It's good sometimes, but I don't like it sometimes. That's why Japanese food is going to be at my number seven spot. Besides sushi, there are quite a bit of other Japanese foods, but I'd say that sushi is the probably the
No,
most
no, no. I
common
never
one.
said there weren't. I said
Hmm.
I said the ones that come to mind.
Come to mind. Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, so I think that number seven is a good spot for me to put this, and we are going to be what's your number seven?
It's gonna be American cuisine, whatever you can say that is. I mean, like fast food type things, I guess. Not too many vegetarian options, which is really really not that great. I mean, like French fries is kind of like a highlight of the cuisine, and not exactly an amazing one. Yeah, it's still, in my opinion, not as bad as French or Japanese.
All right. Well, the thing about American cuisine is it takes a little bit of each part of the world because even fast food places like Panda Express would be considered a lot more American than they would Chinese. So there's a lot to like about it. So it's going to be a little bit later on my list. But moving on to the number six spot, the number six spot for me is Mediterranean food. When it comes to Mediterranean, there are some things I do like. Shawarma, falafel is okay. Um, Hummus and pita chips are fine, but
What'd you say? What'd you say?
what?
You said you said something in pita chips.
Hummus.
Homeless, bro. I thought you said homeless. Oh my- Okay.
Hummus.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not pronouncing it the American way. But yeah, that's where Mediterranean falls for me. It's good, but it's not my first choice.
Okay. I really disagree with that. My number six is gonna be Chinese, and um, it's kind of like an asterisk choice because whenever I think of Chinese food, I think of more like the Indianized version of Chinese food.
Hmm.
So that's not necessarily the whole authentic thing. So if I'm thinking of like normal Chinese food, I barely ever have that, and I think if I did, I wouldn't like it too much. That would probably go further. But considering that like the Indianized version of it could also factor in, I'm gonna rank it at like six. Whereas if it was like normal Chinese, I probably would have said like eight.
Definitely, I definitely disagree with that. I think Chinese food is amazing. But
Oh,
okay, that's fine. I'll give my logic for it later. Next thing on my list is Mexican food. This is the part okay, starting this is the list where this is the part of the list where I would go there voluntarily. I like Mexican food quite a bit, but there are things that I do like more than it. The problem is that in America getting authentic Mexican food is quite difficult. A lot of the most common places you get Mexican food are really Americanized, and I think I might like the Americanized version a little bit more than the authentic version. So that's why I'm gonna have to put it right here on my list. I think it's a good spot.
oh, okay. I'm not gonna. That was kind of not. I would not say that's a good analysis of Mexican food. I think it's quite honestly amazing. But anyways, I'm gonna go
It's
on
good. I didn't say it
with
was
with
bad. I did
with
not.
Thai food. So I kind of agree with what you said. Like in my opinion, it's good, but it's kind of limited in the number of options it has. Again, I'm not claiming to have explored all of it, but like based on what I've had so far, it's mainly like the same high quality dishes, but they're low in number, and it's not the most expensive cuisine. So therefore, it'll be my number five.
All right. All right. Um, I guess if you want to use that logic, it's fine. Next thing on my list is American food. It's delicious. I like it. I don't know what else to say. There's plenty to eat. A little bit of everywhere around the world. Yeah, I l- I try not to eat fast food that much, but every once in a while, it's a nice thing to have. I mean, okay, that's all I'm gonna say. American food's pretty dope.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Mediterranean next. I really do like this type of food, but I just don't get to have it that often. It's not that common in India, and even in America, it's not like I'm not like having
It's
it all
quite
that
common.
often.
It's
Like
quite
in
common
you,
though.
I said I never said it wasn't common in
Yeah,
America.
right,
I'm
right.
just not having it,
Hmm.
and then it's just not a. It's just not. Uh. I just don't think it's the best. Although I really do like it.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Next thing on my list is Chinese. I like Chinese food quite a bit. There's a lot to try. It's a lot harder to get authentic Chinese food in America. But I have been to quite a few authentic restaurants, and they have a wide selection of food. I like it. And as you also stated, the Indo-Chinese food, that's also amazing. Uh, but yeah, that's definitely probably one of my favorite cuisines to eat.
Next is for me is gonna be Italian. This is probably the safest option. You usually can go pretty much anywhere and get like a reasonably like a passable Italian place almost everywhere. It might not always be good. It usually is good, but it's
Mhm.
certainly almost always passable. Um, it's quite common, and there are lots of variations of it. And I think I've just had it so much that like kind of get like bored of it in a way.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm okay. It's not obviously I didn't put it on the same spot as you did, but that's fair. Next thing on my list, I'm gonna go Indian food. So the reason is if I didn't eat it as much as I do right now, it would probably be higher on my list because I end up eating it like like definitely at least once a day. So when you don't when something is rationed, it's appreciated more. That's probably why I'm putting it at number two because it's good, it's amazing, probably one of my favorite cuisines, but I have it so much that that takes it down a little bit. Yep, that's it.
I've been having Mexican food a lot, and that's you don't get it as much in India. That's why it's
Mm,
getting my number two. It's quite similar to Indian cuisines in a lot of ways, and like a lot of the vegetables and spice type things. Yeah, Mexican food's gonna be my number two.
Okay, okay, that's fair. Mexican food's pretty good. And so I think that means that my favorite cuisine to eat is Italian food. There's so many amazing options in the Italian cuisine and the Italian American cuisine. There's so many things you can eat. There's pizza, most pastas. My favorite one is shrimp scampi. I love the garlic. I love the shrimp. Chicken parm. There's a very large list. It's my favorite cuisine to go eat out or do takeout. Italian Italian cuisine is one of the most popular cuisines in America, and rightfully so.
The best is Indian. It's not even a discussion. It has like it's such a wide thing to have. It's something that you can enjoy like each meal of the day. It's not a discussion. It's number one.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I did get a little bit tired of it, having it every day.
Nope,
So
it's the best.
okay, I'm just saying my options. And I just want to put this out there. We are not culture experts. We are not worldwide travel. Well, we have traveled worldwide, but we're not traveling experts. This is just our experiences from what we have. We're not trying to disrespect any culture. All food is beautiful, which is why for today's charity, we are talking about food from around the world. That's why for today's charity, we have Action Against Hunger, which is a global humanitarian nonprofit that helps to end world hunger. It's a very great organization, and we strongly recommend you go online, check it out, and donate. Actionagainsthunger.org. Um, that is all we have for you today. Anything else to say?
Nope. Thanks for listening and keep smiling.
Keep smiling.